Hi, good morning. Hi, Jeff. Hi, guys.
We appreciate you being here as we celebrate 25 years of Disney pin trading. Right? That's amazing. So if you don't know me, we're going to start with little introductions and a little backstory, and we'll pass it around to the team. But my name is Jess Willis, and I'm the Senior Manager of Product Design for Disney Pin Trading. What does that mean? That means I have the privilege and the honor to be the leader of these amazing people behind me. And together, we're the ones who draw all of the art for the pins that you see here at Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, Premium Services, Club 33, and. So we are those designers that are literally living our dream and drawing magic every day. Before I give you my backstory, I'm going to pass it to the team, let them introduce themselves. Let's do a little, your name, where you're from, a little bit of your backstory, and you have to end with your favorite character for those who may not know it, okay? Go for it, Robert. I was like, somebody's got to look.
Hey there, I'm Robert Schilling. I'm an Associate Product Design Manager for the pin team, so I get to draw pins every day. It's amazing. I was born and raised here in Florida, so Disney has been a consequential part of my life. And I grew up in the 90s as a child too, so animated films, going to the parks was just every day, growing up in my life. I have a background in illustration, so I studied illustration in college, and I got a job over at another pin company for a while, and then eventually I found my way to Disney, and I've been here for almost 4 years, and it's amazing. It's a pleasure every day. So.
Favorite character?
Oh, favorite character. This is hard. I feel like it changes every time, but right now I have a 3-year-old, so Goofy is my favorite character just because he's a great dad. I aspire to be like.
Hi everyone, my name is Kate Dykstra. I am an assistant product designer. I'm on the same team as everyone here, and I get to draw pins every day, which is awesome. Basically, I started loving Disney as a kid as well, watching the movies and going to the parks very frequently, so that I live in Tampa, so it's not too far of a drive. Also, my career kind of started in the sports apparel industry, in fact. And then I was lucky enough to see a position open and apply with a background in illustration as well during college. And I was lucky to find the Penn family, which is great. So I've been here for officially a year now, unofficially for 1.5 years, and now officially a year. So I'm very excited to be here. And my favorite character has always been Mr. Toad. I just love him so much, and his quirkiness and craziness, so yeah.
Hi everyone, thanks for being here. We are really excited to be with you. I'm Patty Pereira, and I grew up far away from Disney World. I'm from Brazil, so I grew up watching movies and dreaming about the day I would be able to come here and visit the parks for the first time. That happened when I was 15 years old. It was my first trip to Disney. I was really happy to be here. This was really my dream come true. And then the second time I was able to come, I was 25. So it was always something I always wanted. So in 2019, I ended up moving to the USA, and in 2021, I found my way to Disney, and it was just everything I always imagined. This team is amazing. I'm so thankful to be part of this team, to be with these amazing people, and to be here with you. You are the magic for us as well, so we are happy to be here. Thank you so much. Oh, my favorite character. Yes. Okay. So it's Goofy, but I feel like it's changing because I have a deep love for Jose Carioca now because he's Brazilian. I feel represented. So yeah, that's it.
Hi
Most of you probably know me. My name is RSPs. I've been working in the merchandise team for about 18 years now. I recently joined the pin team last year, so this is my first pin event back, where I've been working on all the assortment for you, so I'm very, very excited. I grew up here in Florida. I used to come to Walt Disney World every year, once for my birthday and once for my sister's birthday. So twice a year we would come up and visit, and it was just like a little slice of magic. And I grew up wanting to be a part of it, and knowing that this is what I need to be. So I was lucky enough to, when I graduated college, I was accepted as an intern, and I've been literally ever since. So I've been living my dream every single day since I graduated college. It's great. It's an honor to be here. It's an honor to be with all of you. It's an honor to be here with the team. And we're so excited for this weekend. Thank you for coming again. My favorite character right now is probably tied between Simba and the Beast.
Hi, I'm Jason Peltz. I grew up in Connecticut, Eastern Connecticut. We came down here pretty frequently. After my first few visits to the park, I knew I wanted to draw Mickey Mouse. So I never stopped drawing. I studied illustration. During school, I was exposed to some of the behind-the-scenes aspects of how the films are made. So I was able to bulk up my portfolio. I got into feature animation. I was there for lots of the sort of the new golden age, the modern hand-drawn films. So I sort of took a little detour from the merchandise I knew I wanted to do through feature animation, and then came back to merchandise. So I'm 15 years with the company, and I love every day of it. It's still a dream every single day. And Mushu is my favorite character. It's one of the first films I worked on, so he sort of has a place in my heart.
And my backstory, so Jess Willis, again, Senior Manager of Product Design. I have been with the company since 2014. I started in the merchandise design, graphic design, working on all different product types, so designing from pins to board games, apparel, and plush, all the things you can imagine. And same as everybody else, this is all I ever wanted to do. My very first trip, I was 18 months old, and I really think I knew then that I wanted to work for Mr. Law. I think that was it, but realistically, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew I loved art, but I knew really, at the end of the day, I wanted to work for the Walt Disney Company. And through school, I got a degree in communications, actually, as well as graphic design. So I got the marketing and the PR and the advertising background, which I think has helped dramatically and drastically in my career. But I also had graphic design, which included fine art and illustration and all of those things. When I graduated, I had actually started cold calling the company when I was 14 or 15. It was before the internet. But I just started, we would come down, my family very similarly, we were very fortunate, we would come down multiple times a year. This is where we vacation. My dad worked down here as well, so we'd come down on work trips. But I would go to the Masters, the Festival of the Masters, or before it was Festival of the Arts, and I would go up to all the different artists and just say, how do I do what you do? What do you do when I want to do it? And then I started cold calling, and randomly, when email became a thing, I said, well, I'll try this email address, to try to just see how I could get my foot in the door. When I finally did in 2014, I said, you're never leaving, so I'm here now. And I never left. And so back in 2021, I had the honor and privilege of starting what we now call the Pin Trading Center of Excellence, which is a pin design team solely dedicated to the art and design of trading pins. So my role, as well as everybody here, their roles never existed before 2021. There was a form of their role where they designed pins and they worked on pins, but to be dedicated solely and to be on what we call the PTCOE, that didn't happen, that didn't exist. And now we're kind of paving the way. We have so many young aspiring artists who come up and say, I want to be a pin designer. And I think back to the 14 and 18-month-old me, but the 14-year-old me who says, man, if I knew that this was a job, this is what I would have wanted to do. Because this is all I ever could have, I couldn't have imagined this role. So I'm very fortunate, like my team members here every day, to work beside them. I have the privilege and sometimes the heavy responsibility of leading, but I really say working beside because we really are a really tight-knit team. My favorite character is no surprise to anybody who knows me. It's Figment. It always has been. It always will be. It will never change. He is my favorite. You know, if anyone's listening, I mean movies and TVs and more, everything about Figment. But yes, we're honored and we're grateful you're here. We're excited you want to listen to us. Thanks for wanting to hear from us. We will open it up to some Q&A, but I think I'll start off. Yeah, Quinn, if you want to come up. If you don't know Quinn, I'll do Quinn's little introduction. He can introduce himself, but those of you who have been around for a while, Quinn Kimball actually provided me my very first pin job when I started with the company. So when I came in, this guy over here comes around to my cube and says, "You're the new girl, I got a job for you." And hands me my very first pin, challenging me.
What was that pin?
And that pin was the big Hero 6. It was Baymax on the red square. I look back now and I say, what was I thinking? But I love it with all my heart.
It stayed around for
It stayed around for 10 years. Yeah. But yeah, that was my very first introduction to pins, and I never left.
So anybody who has that pin, come and show it off.
Yeah.
It's been around forever. Hi, everyone.
So in these roles, what was the first thing you designed in this role when you came in, you walked in the door, and it just says, like somebody said, this is what you're doing.
So the first pin I worked on was a booster set of the little ear band, 4-pin ear bands, and it was the princesses, and then I think the villains ones shortly after that. So I distinctly remember that, and that was my first Disney pin as well. So.
Hi, so from my memory, I think the first kind of big assignment, on my own when I started that Jess gave me was we were refreshing the villains pins that we used the year I started. So that was a big task and just making it different. And it was a really great challenge, and I so happened to love Halloween and villains, so it kind of worked out. But yeah, it was definitely a core memory doing that.
So I was first hired to do home decor, so I was working on the 20th century team, doing mostly avatar home products. And then Jess was also working in home decor. She was my manager, and I had some free time, and I was like, I can help with things. And Jess said, yes, help with things. So, yeah. And then I started working with avatar pins first. So I think my first pin was a mystery set, and it was the Avatar cute characters mystery set. And then I did a couple other avatars, couple other 20th century, and then finally I jumped into Disney car pins.
So my first pin, we're gonna take this time machine way back to 2008. It was for when Pirate's Lair was opening up in Disneyland. I don't know if any of you even remember Pirate's Lair, but it was, we were doing a series of pins to honor that opening. And it was Chip and Dale taking their raft over to Pirate's Lair at Disneyland. That was the very first pin that I ever did.
I have a hard time remembering my first pin because it's been so long, but one that I do remember was for the Star Wars sequels, and as a big Star Wars fan, I was very excited to work on that type of piece, and to be working on a new film that isn't out yet, they're very careful about what they share with us. Assets and reference. So it was very exciting to sort of see a little bit of behind the scenes before the movie even existed.
Be used, or it might not be the right time to use that idea. So, but when the ideas come, be it middle of the day or 2 o'clock in the morning, you got to write it down somewhere. So we just keep logs of the pins that we want to do and know that, okay, well, at some point we'll go back in and we'll pull it out.
So everybody kind of has a repository in their mind or in a book that says, this would work well in fill in the blank later, or I have this idea, but I don't know where it's going to go, and you just kind of like, okay, when it presents itself, then you know it's right. All right,
Favorite
so
pin?
What is your favorite pin, Robert, and why?
My favorite pin this year is from the artist that I worked on, the Small World pin. Growing up, going to Magic Kingdom, Small World was one of my favorite rides, and it still is today. I love the artistry behind it. I love the message behind it, and I've always been obsessed with the hippo with the winky eye. We had a conversation. I think last year at dinner at some point we were talking about if we could take any piece of Disney property and have it at your home, I would take the hippo. And now having I always make my 3-year-old with this. I love her. But she goes on Small World every time we go to Magic Kingdom now. It's singing this song, and it's just so it has a place in my heart. So I'm glad to be able to help in designing that.
And what is her favorite pin? Her first pin?
She is not a pin collector yet, but I'm trying. Last time we went to the Frontier Mercantile, and I was holding up a lanyard set. I was like, "Oh, do you want this?" And she. Not yet, but we'll get there.
Favorite pin and why?
Favorite pin, it's really hard to choose actually every year what our favorite pins are. I would say from the vending machine set, I got to work on that one, and I actually have 2 from the set. I do like the Shandu with Sinbad, because I'm a big fan of Tokyo Disney Sea. And also Duffy with gelatoni. So I really got inspired by that because I got to go for my honeymoon luckily to Japan. So it's very big for me. My husband, we very much bonded from that ride with the catchy tune with Sinbad. And they're both cute felines. Gelatoni is my favorite of the Duffy and Friends. So yeah, it was just a dream come true because those are characters we hardly get to work on, and it was great that Jess really fought hard for this set to go through, and I was very grateful. So thank you.
So with that experience, for guests who've been here, this is only the 2nd year that they're doing this experience where you can get something out of a vending machine, right?
Third year. This is the third year.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is the 3rd year
of. Maybe explain to those who may not know about it, so we get some new guests here.
Yeah,
What
so
would they expect from this?
Sure. So for the new folks and the new guests, you'll see when you go into the main hall, there will be these vending machines, these pin machines. This is our 3rd year featuring them. The 3rd year that we've done an exclusive collection of pins that will be on the insides of those machines. You could not RSVP for the actual pins. You could RSVP or RSP for the cards for additional swipes. But when you go up to those machines, you can use your card, you'll swipe, and you'll receive a mystery pin. That's one of the pins in the set that Kate worked on. And every year so far, we've done a different mystery set. And this year's set, Kate was really inspired by 25 years of pins and all the Disney parks around the world. So we're featuring characters and homage to the different parks and where pins, may show up or have shown up in years past.
And all the pins were revealed, so everybody knows what they're going to be getting from the RSP catalog.
One is a mystery. One is a mystery.
What does that mean?
That means that we didn't show you what the one was.
So there's a pin out there that some guests will get,
Uh-huh.
and that nobody else will get from as many as I'll be able to try. So
Right. So yes.
Okay.
Yes, so there's a mystery out there. So if you find one that you don't see
It's
in
on
the
the
catalog, that is the mystery of the mystery. That's a little inception. Mystery of the mystery set. Favorite pin of the event?
And why?
So my favorite pin this year is the Lady and Darling pin from the Artist Box set. And it's because a few years ago, my dog passed away, and she was pretty much like Lady. She looks like Lady, and she had the same personality. So every time I watch Lady and Tramp, I cry. I cried before, but now I cry even more. Being able to represent that bond between darling and lady, it's seeing myself represented with my dog, so I feel very happy about this pin. This is my favorite so far.
And what's your dog's name? Because it's a really cute dog name.
Her name is Pipoca, which means popcorn in English.
So cute.
So you infused a little bit of your, so she'll live on in this pin.
Yeah, she'll live on, yeah. Whenever you watch Lady and Trent, remember Pipoca. She's there.
Pipoca.
Pipoca.
Okay, we're gonna have a mystery set soon, if Patty has anything to do with it. Mystery set of Pipoca pins?
Yeah, I'm down for that. Yes, I'm down for that.
All right, Maria, your favorite pin and why for this celebration?
For this event, my favorite pin was also in my artist box set that I did. It was the Spaceship Earth pin. Spaceship Earth is one of my favorite attractions. It's every time we go to Epcot, we gotta buy a Spaceship Earth. That Rome burning smell, if I could just carry that around with me, that would be amazing. But just getting to honor that attraction in the storytelling, just the fact that that ride is able to capture the entirety of humanity's story in one attraction is amazing, and that's always amazed me ever since I was very young riding it. And just getting to try to capture that in a single pin was a challenge, but it was really, really fun and an honor to get to work on that one, so that was my favorite.
My favorite for the event is the Mickey Mouse with the Trader book. As I sort of went through my backstory, from a very young age, I knew Mickey Mouse was kind of my go-to. My preschool nickname was Mickey Mouse. So I feel like it's a little bit of a self-portrait, and a lot of the pins in Mickey's book are also the things that I collect and films that inspired me.
Things about what we do about our jobs and how we go about our jobs is that we work with a lot of additional partners. So if you've been here before, you always hear my speech on the inside, and I say, please thank everyone that it takes a village to put an event on. You'll hear it again tomorrow. But it's true, and not only does that happen, but on the creative side, we work with an entire separate team that works on what we call creative style guides. So for things like holiday programs, be it Halloween or holiday, be it the Festival of the Arts or anything like that, actually that's the team that Quinn is on. That team is responsible for creating these guides filled with art that we can go into, use the art, and remake it into pins. That accounts for roughly about 30% of our assortment. The other 70% that the team does is all what we call bespoke art. And bespoke art is custom. These 6 people are doing it from scratch, and we're really imagining and creating it up. So when we do anything that is what we call bespoke, that means we have to get lots of approvals. And all of the approvals include people like our WDI partners, they can include attraction partners, they can include brand franchise members. So there's a lot of different people that when we want to do something like Duffy, that adds a layer of international approval to it. So every pin we do has to be seen by so many additional people and go through so many additional approvals to make sure that one, we're upholding the Disney brand, that we're upholding the individual character's brand integrity, and that we're really honoring and we're representing those characters the way that the creators of those characters want to do so. That includes Lucas, Star Wars pins, that includes Marvel. There's a lot that we have, gosh, I don't even know, 13, 14 different what we call third parties. And partners that we work with to make sure, we're upholding that integrity and that honor and the brand of Disney as a whole. So that was the first part of your question. Second part of your question, I'm gonna blank.
The little board.
The little boards. The little boards were actually Robert, right? Yeah, so Robert had the fun task of creating those original OEs for the 25th. You wanna say anything about it?
Yeah, and it kind of spun off of the idea of, if you remember, Magic Happens a while back with the Donald Duck trading pin. So, and there's a couple things that happen like that where we have sort of a nugget of idea that it's like, oh, well, this theme can be explored further. And I think with the 25th anniversary, it was just, a call that like, well, and with this event too, having that sort of inception of a pin of someone trading a pin. So. Yeah.
Can I just ask, what was the motivation for the costumes that were wearing?
It was more just kind of that Main Street kind of costuming, so it's kind of very traditional Disney Main Street vibe.
But we didn't want it to, I was like, I could just talk. Got a very loud voice. But we wanted it to be inspired by Main Street, but be its own kind of look and feel. It needed to be its own thing. Yes, it can look like, you can tie it to a bunch of different things in our Disney past, but really it needed to stand on its own. And we wanted it, the story of the 25th when we first laid it out was that, Mickey and his friends had heard about Disney pin trading, and they were like, what is this phenomenon that all these people are running around the park doing? And so you'll see a handful of the pins where they're in kind of their park outfits, they're wearing their lanyards. Jason worked on a bunch of those. And they're experiencing trading in the park. And what happened was they started pin trading, and then they went, oh, this is cool, right? Now we know what these guests are talking about. So we want to go down on Main Street, and we want to just shout it to the world. We want to let everybody know. We're going to kind of throw out a press of, hey, pin trading is here. We're celebrating. We want you to be involved. And then they've now come to this event, and they've shown up in their best attire, and you'll see a lot of the pins for this event where they're in that kind of their black outfit attire, their black gala, their best. And now they're here, and they're celebrating the 25 years. So it was kind of this little story that we weaved throughout the entire year that I don't think I've ever said out loud to anybody other than this team right here. So you all are hearing that we really wanted to tell the story of you as a guest experiencing it, the Fab Five, them getting really excited for it and wanting to share the news and going on Main Street and shouting it loud for everybody to hear, and now coming to the events and celebrating it. It's inspired by the Mickey Minnie costumes when they go to weddings, when they show up to celebrate a wedding. You could say it's inspired by when they celebrate at a Legacy Award dinner or an ambassador situation. You can say it's really just inspired by black tie events, ones that I've gone to. So, anything with art is always, inspiration is continuously and exponentially growing, right? So it's never any one specific thing, and sometimes it's unintentional, right? A lot of times we think we have the best new amazing idea. How many times have I said, we've done it, right? Alex Mayer if you remember Alex Mayer used to say to me my first 5 years, every time I'd walk into a room, I would be like, I've got the best idea. And he'd be like, we've done it, Jess. Oh, okay. So I think inspiration comes from anywhere, everywhere, and it's kind of all-encompassing. And as far as going back, I think Walt said in so many words, and I'm going to poorly paraphrase it, but we keep pushing forward, right? We keep moving forward. We're opening new doors. We're finding new ways the park will never be finished, right? And I think that's Disney pins. The park will never be done. We're always going to be changing. We're always going to be growing. Disney pins, we're always going to be moving forward and trying to find new things. I push this team on a daily basis, do something new and different. But there's always going to be a callback to nostalgia. Nostalgia is always going to be there. We pull on our memories as guests, like you all, we pull on our memories. We remember our times here at the park. We pull on those things and we put that inspiration into the pins. Like, the polka. I'm so bad. I really try really hard. It's in New York, sorry. But we pull on our personal inspiration, but a lot of, you heard everybody here, our personal inspiration is the Disney parks.
You're looking backwards, look forward.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's out there. We know, everybody knows. I will say the operations and the advocacy teams and all of the teams that are involved, they know as well, and they are working diligently every day to do the best they can to bring pin trading back to what everybody knows it is. So I'll just leave it at that. I would say we're not ignoring it. We know it's there. Ultimately at the end of the day, this is where the culture and the community of pin trading is so important, right? Because a lot of times, maybe people don't know what they're purchasing may be authentic. Maybe they don't know the level of that authenticity, but it's up to us as a community to continue to educate each other in a kind way, right? To just say, hey, did you buy that at a Disney park? Right? Very simple. So I would say, short and sweet, we hear you, we know, operations, advocacy, they're all working on it.
Thank you, Jamie. Thank you for coming up here. Thank you for planning for operating. That was great.
But yeah, I mean, this is just the start. So we're really excited that, we were able to have this with you. You all should have your return times today to go pick up your product. Really excited to have you all see that. We got an opportunity to help do the pick and pack, to see all the product going into your bag. So we're really hoping you love it as much as we love working on it and creating it for you. You'll have that today. And then we'll have our big event tomorrow. So really excited for some of the surprise and delights we have, the changes that we hear feedback. You'll see some feedback being implemented, so don't think it ever goes on deaf ears. We hear you. We try to make it the best event ever, but we're really excited for what we've got going on.
And are the guests going to be able to see you this weekend?
They will. So you'll be able to see both my product design team as well as our partners. We always say a village, right? Our partners in merchandise strategy as well as sourcing, even some from our planning teams as well. They'll be running the product preview area, so make sure you get a sneak peek of what's upcoming. We'll have those pins out for you. And then we will be doing an artist signing tomorrow from 3 to 5. So be sure if you've got those pins and you want us to sign, you want to have maybe a one-on-one chat with us, that's your opportunity. Please come see us. We will chat with you. We love to talk.
Barbara. Phoenix, Arizona. I did. I've actually met you. I met you last year during Christmas time. I did. You did. It's really cool. I was going to ask you, I didn't know that you pin traded.
I know, I didn't know I pinned till last night. Trade. But you know what? Usually, I look like I'm all dressed for Halloween. Like if you come to Disney Springs tomorrow or the next day,
yeah.
I'll be in all my Halloween stuff.
Oh, that's really cool.
Spooky, but too spooky.
Well,
it's nice to meet you, my friend from Arizona.
Oh, nice to meet you, Douglas. Bye. Here's the line for pickup for the RSPs. So I just picked up my RSPs, and here's the pin trader one. This is by far my favorite, the one I'm most excited about. Notice that each of the letters are formed by the character with that name. So like Pluto is a P, and so forth and so on. Isn't that so cool? Okay, let's go to the next one. Here's the progression one. It shows the evolution of the pin from the beginning, process and metal.
You like making more? To post or to do whatever you want. There's one.
Yeah, this one's from a fellow trader who is allowing me to film his frame set with Tinkerbell. Very cool. So then this is the one you got with brunch. Only the people that did the brunch got this one. And then this is the other one I ordered. He lights up and the lights run around the top. And this is either the hello or the goodbye pin, I'm not sure. And here's our lanyard.
You have your papers in there.
And they added this tiny little pin as a gift. So these are the RSPs, the ones that you can request to see if you get it. It's a random selection process, so you're not guaranteed that you'll get it. Like this one has PPs, APs, and they're super cool. I'll go around and show you all of them. Oh, here's a movie strip, piece of movie. So these actually have a little movie strip inside of them. And there's the price. Wow, that's a lot of pins right there. And I guess this one includes both sides, this one and the other one. Well, that's the film strip. Here's a closer look at the one on the corner. Well, here are all the letters of the alphabet, but here's the kicker. There's no letter B. Now, why would that be? Any ideas? Here are the donuts. Donut shop. And then we have some sketches over here. Oh wow, look at how big that one is. Gorgeous! I love that old Donald. Reminds me of my plush of my old Donald. Part 1, 2 frames. Look at all the pins that are included in that.
It's like if your pins are cloth.
This one's 600. I love gaming. Not so scary. And let's take a look at the mystery bag for this year. Very desirable bag. I feel like it always seems to go up. Now it's 2,500. 105 pins, 4 open edition. AP, they're all APs, no PPs. Oh, I think I have this middle one. It's interesting to see it in a set. So all these are APs. It's nice because for the price, it also comes already framed. So. Oh, this has a little piece of history. These are cool. There's an actual little piece inside of each of the bubbles with something from that attraction or ride.
Where to turn it in, but that looks like a table over there. They have these papers. If you're interested in the sketches or the frame,
These are the pin trading tables. Look at all those pin traders. Wow.
You want to go use the restroom?
Hi. We've got traders of all sizes. Lots of good stuff. So this is for a design your own pin experience. And it's a silent auction. People put their name and bid it up. And you get to design a pin with a designer. You sit down and they help you to come up with a concept. And the winning bid comes up with an actual Disney pin. So part of what we get is this card that you can swipe and you get a mystery pin from the set for this year's 25th anniversary. So one card, one swipe, one ball with a mystery pin inside. You can buy more of them tomorrow. They'll have those for sale, and then you come over here and you swipe it to see what you get. Since there's two of us, we'll have two opportunities, and we'll hopefully get two different pins. Here are the ones that are inside those bubbles that you can get. Okay, here we go. Ball number one. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's like a little matchbox. Okay, what do we have? And we have Stitch and Angel. That's a good one. Okay, let's check out ball number two. Okay, we're probably going to have the same situation here. And, okay, already looking a little different. Whoa, this one's super cool. This is that Shelly May the cat and Duffy. I love this one. Just in case you had any questions. So that's a wrap for day one. Looking forward to tomorrow and seeing what's going to be on the boards. We've already been told we're not allowed to record them, so I'll give you views of what I pull off of the board and what's happening.